switch to the camera right now.
Say goodbye, guys.
Hey, you guys can stay on and we'll go ahead and release, but we want you to shout out to release the birds.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Release. You make it bigger.
All right, we're opening the door now.
Wait, hang on.
Sorry. Okay, pause. Sorry. We're standing by.
Yeah, I have to re-log into the camera real quick.
Okay.
Give me a
It
little
was
bit.
just a second, guys.
We got live footage of them. You guys see them?
No.
1, 2, 3, 6.
Okay, here we go.
Might.
There we go.
There's one bird right by the door, so if you open it, that bird might be the first to leave, so keep your eyes on it.
Here we go. Everyone see the pen? And we got Kara is operating the camera right now. All right, so
Yep.
now we have a good view. Are we in a good spot here, Kara?
I was gonna say, I think so. No pressure
Maybe
though.
zoom out a
Hopefully they go
little
through this
bit.
one. Yeah. I'll watch both doors or try to.
Who is that at the front there? Oh, that's 1208.
Oh,
Radio.
1208. Oh, they
Oh wait,
just
hold
hopped
on.
down, but-
Don't open the doors. They went down.
So we just explained to everybody, crew, you're going to open the top one first.
Yeah, we're gonna open the top one first, and we'll see if anyone goes out of that one, and then if no one goes out of the top one, we'll open the bottom one too. So you can see 1208's going to both doors. So that bird looks ready to go. So
Okay, let us
you
know
guys
when
count
you-
us down. We'll open that top door.
They're gonna count. Are you
All right,
ready?
start the countdown from what are you going to do it from 10 or 5?
From 10 or
5.
Ready? You got to shout it loud. Go for it.
Again. 5, 4,
All right, release it. Here goes the door. Woohoo!
3.
You guys see it opening? Does everyone see it opening up there? Oh, now all the birds are leaving.
Did it open? Go back.
That top door's open.
The top
Okay.
door is open. You guys.
So the door
counted
is
us
open. So
down.
now we wait. Now we're quote on Condors time. So whenever something changes around them, they definitely take a little time to kind of re-gauge what happened. So that door move, they don't see that door move very often. And so that's actually good behaviorally that they're cautious. But I think once they realize nothing's happening, they'll start easing back into the I see what's that? It looks like 1232 is looking pretty hard at going in there.
Yep, I was gonna say the same thing. They're definitely checking it out. They're very curious, but they're being cautious, which is actually a good thing. We don't want them to rush out right away and
Yep.
get scared. We want them to take their time.
Oh, who's this?
Okay. 1233 just went into the trap. She's on the bottom. So we'll see if she might hop up to that perch.
Hey, if you for folks that are watching in the comments, you can start placing your bets on who's going to go out first.
1233 was my bet for who
Oh,
goes out
what?
first. So we'll
Come on.
see. But I think we each kind of had our picks.
What is her nickname again?
Mm,
Nara.
There.
mhm.
Nara.
Yeah.
The tree.
Ooh, we've got a vote for 1181.
Nice.
Ooh, we
He
also have
definitely was really eager
1226
earlier.
is also on the vote.
So 26 was my guess. Yeah. Pongo.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with Pongo.
Yeah.
Pongo. My guess is still 1208.
Ooh, I see another vote for 1208 in the chat.
Marcel agrees.
1233 is being
Let's go
brave.
for Rusty. I think
the only
he's
one in.
the dark horse, Rusty.
Rusty, yeah. He was looking
Oh,
very
look at
eager to get
this.
out earlier.
Oh, who's gonna go follow? Looks like 1232 maybe. thinking about it?
Yeah, they're definitely looking. They're waiting for someone to go first. No one wants to be first.
Well, 1233 is brave. That's she
Mhm.
went in first.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, maybe explain the genders again, because we have 4 males, 2 females.
Yeah, so the two females are 1200. Yeah, 1200 and 1233. So that's Nara and Mina. And then the four males are 1232, 1208, 1181, and 1226.
Got it. All right, so now we like most releases, we have might be a good time, Mike. Maybe we could start answering some questions and then we'll pause if something happens. We'll pause a little bit, but I'm sure there's a ton of questions coming in.
Sure thing. Yeah. Hey, didn't a bird just land on the top and have birds ever actually come into the pen instead of leave the pen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that has happened. The wild birds get just as curious.
Yeah, condors are curious creatures. Isaiah, I think you remember that name. He wants to know about last year's cohort. We met, a year ago at about this time, and we released birds similar to today. What can you tell us about those birds? Are they all good and well right now?
Yeah. So obviously Rachel and I have been tracking those birds pretty consistently down here. And for the most part, they are doing really well. Unfortunately, of course, we have a 1144 tiger who's been missing in the wild for quite a few months now. So that is of course always hard to deal with. But all the other birds are doing really well. They usually spend a lot of time together. Yeah, they usually when you find one, you'll find at least like 4 or 5 others, and then of course, we've seen with the maps, we've had 1141, as Darren mentioned, going all the way up to like Hollister area. We've had 1124 going up to that area as well. 1139 making a few trips to Big Sur. So they're getting around and then always seem to come back here and just all converge and stick together in one big flock.
So
And
a
then,
good
yeah.
report from last year's group, and we hope the same for this group. What are some of the predators that you might be worried about? And is predation the primary concern? Kelly mentioned the possibility of on our chat of coyotes. Are coyotes a concern, or what are some of the predators that you might be worried about, particularly in these first couple days in the wild?
Yeah, so part of what Rachel and Griffin are going to be doing a lot of these next couple days is checking on the birds, especially right before it gets dark, because really during the day, there's not a ton of predators that would go for them. And during the day, the condors can see pretty well. So if they see a predator coming, they can easily fly away and get off the ground. But at night, they don't have great night vision, just like we don't have great night vision. And so they really, their strategy to avoid getting picked off by a predator at night is to get up off the ground into a tree pretty high up where no predators could climb up and get them. So things like bobcats have been known to predate condors, mountain lions, bears, coyotes, probably, yeah, any kind of mammal that would take advantage of kind of a large bird just sitting on the ground. So that's really the risk happens at night. And so that's kind of what Rachel and Griffin are going to be watching out for. And if they see any birds on the ground, they're going to try to encourage them to get up into a tree to spend the night. But usually condors have a pretty good instinct already to get off the ground at night. So usually there's kind of a urge within themselves to get off the ground and to get into a tree. And they, within a couple weeks, they'll be really great at learning how to get up into those trees. It definitely takes a little bit of time, but they learn pretty quick. They're pretty smart birds, and they can also look around at the wild birds and see where the wild birds are spending the night. And that kind of helps them learn, oh, hey, maybe that's a good place for me to roost as well. They like to roost in groups because they're very social birds. So they see a lot of other birds in a tree, they might be inclined to join those other birds. And as we know with a lot of different animals, sometimes safety in numbers is really good too. So yeah, we hope they stick together and they all follow the example of a lot of the wild birds around here.
Looks like 1233 is going to go up.
Yeah,
She's looking at that perch.
she's really
Yep.
thinking about it.
Yep.
Come on, Nora.
Yeah, we'll give her a little time and then, yep, she's
There
on
we
the perch
go.
now.
All right, we might be close,
Yeah.
everyone. Here we go. See if she'll notice. Freedom is
I
right
think she
there.
definitely sees it. She's still thinking about it.
It is funny because it's they sit in the pen waiting to get out, and then we open the door and they're like, "Wait a second, I'm not sure about this." Oh boy, she is. Oh, there. Yeah, I think she knows.
She definitely sees it. We'll see if she decides to go for it.
Something is different about that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a nice,
bit
it's kind of hard
clear.
to see from the video, but there's a nice little perch right in front of the door. And so if she gets up to that perch, she can kind of poke her head out and see outside. And sometimes that's encourages them enough that they can see the carcass right below them, and that'll help
Oh,
them
here we
out.
go. Get
Here we
ready,
go.
everybody.
She's on the move.
Oh,
Look at it. All right.
12:33.
Awesome.
Immediately to the food.
Yeah, Kara,
She's gonna
follow her.
right
See
to
what
the
she's doing.
carcass.
Oh,
Look at that. Feeding already. Woohoo.
Woohoo! That's exactly what we want to see.
Oh my God, that's a perfect transition. Everybody, yes.
Current population 103.
Yes. Just
oh,
Yep.
one, Mike. Nice. Awesome. All right, Nara got the bid there. Got the first bird out.
She was,
congrats.
yeah, very brave.
I'm wondering if those wild birds out there are going to come down and greet her here in a second.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say,
Yeah.
give me a heads up if any other birds look like they're gonna go, but
Okay.
I'll stay
Yeah,
on her
so
for right
far
now.
everyone else is still in the main pen, so no one else has gone into the DDT, but we'll let you know if they do.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple wild birds. I think 1123 maybe, and 1139 I think are on the roof right now, kind of watching her. So she might be interacting with some of the rookies from last year very soon if they see her chowing down on that carcass and they get a little jealous. But yeah, she's really just right into the carcass. She wasted no time.
And that's really perfect for us. She took a short little flight.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's feeding, so she knows where to get food when she's outside, and hopefully get greeted by some birds. But we really do prefer this slower approach by the birds. It's definitely if they go out one at a time just like this, that would be perfect.
It's really cool. I don't know if you can totally see it with the video angle, but her posture, her body posturing is really submissive. She's kind of lowering her wings a little bit and raising her tail up a little bit and kind of ducking down. So already she's kind of showing the wild birds that are here that she's being submissive. She's not trying to be super dominant or challenge anyone for authority, but she's not being challenged right now. So she's already showing really great signs of knowing how to interact with these wild birds.
You know, and that's a testament to that time they get inside the pen interacting with these birds on the outside. You know, they're not physically interacting, but in a condor world, they're interacting a lot. All that social stuff is still happening. So real testament to that, how important it is to have these wild birds coming around, interacting with these young birds before they go out.
Totally. Yeah, looks like 1123 took off, but 1139 is still on the roof of the pen, kind of looking down at 1233 there. So we'll see. We'll see if she gets put in her place in the hierarchy. But so far, she's got free access to those cows. She's got a little feast for herself there.
Yeah.
Smart girl.
Yeah, and just we were kind of touching on it with the class, but condors only eat dead stuff. They're nature's cleanup crew. A lot of people see the big size, and you know, condors kind of being so big, you would think, oh my God, they must be predators, but no, they're just scavengers. And they use that size, we think, to help scare off other actual predators that can come and share the same food that they're on. So the size is a big advantage for helping them basically make other animals think they're bigger than they are, or more foreboding. But in reality, they just scavenge. They only eat dead stuff, and really important for the ecosystem to have condors on the landscape, cleaning up. They feed on anything as big as a whale that washes up on the ocean, out from the ocean on the beach. They'll come and feed on it and clean it up, to as small as a ground squirrel. So they're really opportunistic and really serve an important role, because whatever they eat, whatever dead stuff they eat that's pretty nasty, goes in and comes out clean. So really important role for nature to have animals like scavengers, like condors, that can go out and
Hello,
clean up.
Yes.
Sorry, we don't mean to interrupt, but we would like to say goodbye. Guys, you want to say goodbye?
Bye,
Thank you guys for
everyone.
joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing pictures, amazing questions. Thank you, Jeff Smallwood. Thank you, second grade class, Los Padres Elementary. Thank you, Yulissa and Marilee, for being such great ambassadors for the kids. And God, awesome. I'm glad you guys got to see 1233 go out.
You guys want to give them a thank you as well? I thank you. No, thank you.
I said thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
That was awesome. All right,
Well,
what's
what
the
do you
latest?
think, Joe? Should we open the lower door?
Sure. What do you guys think?
Yeah, all the other birds are still hanging out in the main pen. They don't look too eager yet. We don't see anyone eager
It
to
won't
go.
spook. Yeah, as long as it won't, you don't think it'll spook Nara. Just maybe we're slow.
Yeah, we could wait a little bit too if you want. Give a little time.
Any curiosity with those other birds?
I don't know. I think they definitely were checking it out, but they're kind of huddled all together now in a little clump.
Oh, we got
Oh,
overweight on the ground.
He must have
Let's
heard you
see.
today.
He's walking.
just kidding.
Oh,
He heard me talking about
Maybe
him. He's
he
like,
got
no,
everything.
no,
No
I'll
cares
go.
on it.
he's going into the DDT.
Yep.
No, he's not. He
Oh,
picked
He's
us.
thinking about it. He's gonna go. Yeah. He's thinking about it. There he goes.
He's in.
So he's in the DDT now. He's at the bottom on the ground. Kara will move the camera in a minute to show, but yeah, he's
No, he's
He's-
taking interest.
all
he
right.
saw what
1208.
12:30 did.
Yeah, he wants that food.
Fennec. This is Fennec, right?
Yep,
Nice.
yep.
Oh yeah, you can see him doing some pacing there. He's getting a little agitated that 12:33 is getting all the goods out there.
I know they just want to go point A to point B instead of like they got to figure out, got to jump up to the
Yep.
perch and go
Yep.
point A to B.
Yeah, she figured it out right away. She didn't really mess around too much.
Okay, look, he's starting to look up.
Yeah. Yeah. 1233 is usually the last to get to the carcass in the release pen. So yeah, she's using her craftiness to get to it while
Mhm.
while the others still figure
Smart
it out.
bird. Yeah.
She's like, things are going to be different on the outside.
Yeah, she's taking the reins.
We
I feel
have
like
seen
that
that too.
happens sometimes.
Oh, looking up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on,
He's
buddy.
checking it out. Yeah, sometimes it does happen that way, where the birds that are kind of quiet and pretty submissive in the pen, when they get out in the wild, they're like, oh, now I have a chance to kind of reinvent myself and establish myself again. And yeah, sometimes they get a little bit more dominant.
College years.
All right. You think, Mike, we got a time for another question, you think?
Yeah, it's great that Nara found food, didn't have too far to go. We provide supplemental food, but long term, these birds will need to learn to find food on their own. How long does that process take?
It varies, right, guys?
Yeah, it definitely depends on the bird for sure. I remember our rookies last year were pretty quick with it. They found a dead cow on a ranch not too far away, and yeah, made quick work of it. So yeah, it's definitely dependent on the birds. And usually they'll kind of, if one of them finds it, they'll all kind of stick together and find it together, but that's not always the case. But yeah, I would say probably, you know, a couple months they're pretty reliant on the food that we put out. And then yeah, we'll follow some of the wild birds too to find food. We'll follow turkey vultures to find food. Yeah, there's a benefit of being at this site here in San Simeon is there's a lot of wild turkey vultures that hang out here, and turkey vultures are awesome at finding food. That's kind of what their job is for other scavengers, because they have really great sense of smell. And so they will find the food and the condors can just follow them straight to that food. And then when the condors show up, they're much bigger than the turkey vultures, so they can kind of kick the turkey vultures off the carcass when they show up. But it actually benefits the turkey vultures too, because the condors are really strong. They can kind of rip open that carcass and make it accessible to the turkey vultures. And then when the condors have eaten their fill and they're relaxing in the sun with giant crops, the turkey vultures can come in and clean up the bits and pieces and have really good access to the smaller parts of that carcass. So it's a really kind of symbiotic relationship between the two species. And I think that's what a lot of the rookies from last year did. They really stuck with the turkey vultures, and that worked in their favor. They found some great carcasses on the landscape pretty quickly.
You decided on the names or the nicknames for these birds. Did you also decide on the numbers for these birds? How is that determined?
We didn't decide the numbers for the birds. The numbers actually, it's a stud book number, so it's kind of the order of their birth, or yeah, the order that they were hatched in captivity. So we have, for example, 1232 and 1233 are their numbers are right next to each other. So they were born, yeah, like one after the other. And then some like 1181, he's in the 1100s instead of the 1200s. So he was born a little earlier than all the other birds.
And we are
back.
Yep. He's definitely, I can see the frustration in his expression. So yeah, we'll see what he does, but we could open that lower door. He might be one that wants to just walk right out, but we'll see.
I'm looking up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll give him another minute or two, see what he does, and then we can try opening that lower door. But yeah, he's definitely looking at that upper door. He sees it.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, well, I think we can try to open that lower door.
I always like this part because it's the viewer gets to kind of live in our world for a little bit of just
Yep.
how the condors never quite do what you want them to do or what you think they're going to do. They kind of keep us guessing.
This is what it's like when we trap. You're like,
Yes.
go in, come on, come on. I just need to, only it's opposite. You're trying to shut
Yep.
the door. But you like think they're gonna go in the trap and then they're like, just kidding.
Totally. All
Hey,
right,
you
we're
guys,
gonna open
you're
the
ready
lower
to open
door
the lower
now.
door. Go for it.
Yeah, Rachel's gonna open up the lower door for us.
Here you go, Kara. Just pan down.
All right, lower doors open. Nara 1233 was a little bit surprised by that, but she's still standing right there by the bath, just looking at that door. She's like, huh, that was weird.
I know they haven't seen those move too often.
No, yeah.
1208's back with the other birds. He's decided to start setting instead.
Yes, he is.
I think there's plenty of food left for them, which is good. I thought those other birds would have dusted those carcasses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, there's still a good amount of meat left on them. They definitely, I saw some birds with crops, so they're definitely eating well, but yeah, you can just see 1233's head in that shot there that Kara has it pointed at the carcass.
There you go. Right back to business as usual. That's what we
Yep.
want. That will coax in the other birds for sure. All right.
All right, well, both doors are open, so I think if another bird pops to the ground, they'll have a nice clear shot right from the main pen straight outside
Somebody's
along the
moving,
ground.
somebody's
So yeah, we'll see if anyone takes advantage of that.
I have my mouse hovering on the lower door preset, so
Okay.
I'm ready. You give me the go, and I'll click
Okay. We'll let you know if anyone hops down to the ground, but they're all still perched right now.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I just saw a shadow fly over 1233.
Yeah, there's a couple turkey vultures circling overhead right now. I don't see any other wild condors.
33 looks a little spooked.
Yeah, she's definitely, I think realizing that she's outside on her own now.
Reality is setting in.
Yep. She takes
great.
comfort in food.
I really
As
do love
most
how
of-
cautious she's being. This is really good.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, somebody's down.
1232 just hopped down to the ground.
32's in
Oh,
the
here we go,
beginning.
Susan.
Hands out.
Boom, just like that. Look at that.
Bolts right out.
Oh, gonna get our own carcass. That's Finn. Come on, Pongo, you were supposed to be the first one out.
It looks
You
like
were so
there's
Get my
promising
memo?
this
action.
morning.